Have you ever wondered how your phone recognizes your face? How airports confirm your identity in seconds? Or how investigators catch criminals using just a drop of blood? Now imagine, what if these systems make a mistake? What if someone fakes your fingerprint? Or your voice? In today's digital world, our identities are no longer just about names and passwords. They're about who we are, physically and behaviorally. That's where biometric systems come in. Powerful tools that use our body and behavior to prove we are who we say we are. But not all biometric systems are the same, and understanding their types is key to knowing how they work, where they work best, and their risks. Welcome to this video. Types of biometric systems, the big picture. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to explain how biometric systems are classified, differentiate between physiological and behavioral biometrics. Understand how these two categories form the foundation of all biometric technologies you see today. Stick with me till the end, because I'll also show you how this classification affects the accuracy, privacy, and security of biometric systems, and how to choose the right one for different applications. So, how do we classify biometric systems? It all depends on what they measure about a person. There are two main categories, physiological biometrics and behavioral biometrics. Let's break them down. First, physiological biometrics. These are based on your physical or biological traits. They include your fingerprint, face, iris, retina, hand geometry, and even your DNA. Think of them as your body's built-in ID card. These traits rarely change over time, which makes them ideal for accurate identification and long-term authentication. For instance, your fingerprint is so unique it's been used in forensics for over a century. Your iris has intricate patterns that remain stable throughout your life. Your DNA is literally your biological signature. No two people share the same sequence. Every physiological system follows three main stages. Capture, collecting the biological sample, e.g. scanning a fingerprint. And extraction, converting the physical trait into digital data or unique templates. Matching, comparing that template with stored records to confirm identity. For example, in fingerprint recognition, a scanner detects the ridges and valleys on your finger and converts them into a numerical code, a unique pattern that even identical twins don't share. In iris recognition, cameras map the intricate textures and rings of the iris, patterns that remain stable throughout your life. Physiological systems are popular because of their high accuracy and permanence. Unlike passwords, which can be stolen or forgotten, your fingerprint or iris stays with you forever. They also offer speed and convenience. Imagine unlocking your phone or logging into your bank app in seconds without typing a single character. In large-scale systems such as national ID programs or e-passports, physiological biometrics ensure reliable identification of millions of citizens. In short, they bring together security, efficiency, and user comfort. Their applications are everywhere. Mobile devices, fingerprint and face unlock features. Border control, automated passport gates using facial and iris recognition. Healthcare, patient identification and genetic verification through DNA. Banking, secure financial authentication without PINs or cards. In industrial environments, facial recognition can manage access to restricted zones, while fingerprint systems ensure that attendance logs are accurate and tamper-proof. These examples show how physiological biometrics enhance both security and efficiency across sectors. However, physiological biometrics are not without problems. Environmental sensitivity. Fingerprint scanners may fail with wet, dirty, or injured fingers. Privacy concerns. Storing biometric data raises the risk of misuse if databases are compromised. Cost and infrastructure. High-quality sensors and systems can be expensive to deploy and maintain. Spoofing risks. Even physical traits can be imitated. For example, artificial fingerprints made from silicone can deceive low-quality scanners. To overcome these, modern systems use multi-factor authentication, combining two or more biometrics, and liveness detection to confirm that the captured trait belongs to a living person. But here's the catch. Physiological systems often require direct interaction with sensors, and can raise privacy concerns if the data is misused or stolen. That's why another approach emerged. One that focuses not on what you are, but on how you act. Behavioral biometrics are all about patterns of human activity. They measure how you do things, like the rhythm of your typing, the way you walk, the sound of your voice, or the flow of your signature. They measure your unique behavioral signature, which is surprisingly consistent over time. Imagine it like this: even if someone has your password, they can't easily type, talk, or move exactly like you. Behavioral biometrics are especially useful for continuous authentication. Systems that keep checking if it's still you behind the keyboard or device, not just at login. They're flexible and less invasive, but can be influenced by mood, stress, or environment, meaning they need careful calibration. Unlike physiological biometrics that rely on fixed traits like fingerprints, behavioral biometrics adapt to change, just like you do. Here's how it works. Data capture. Sensors record behavioral activities such as keystroke timing or motion data. Feature extraction. The system translates that activity into numerical features. Pattern learning. AI models learn what's normal for you. Matching and decision. Future behavior is compared to the learned pattern for verification. This constant monitoring allows systems to detect imposters or anomalies in real time. Let's look at the most common types. Keystroke dynamics, how fast and how hard you type each key. Used in online banking and secure logins. Gait recognition, the unique way you walk, measured by motion sensors or cameras. Voice recognition, your pitch, tone, and rhythm. Used in customer service authentication. Mouse dynamics and touch gestures, how you move your cursor or swipe your screen. Signature analysis, the pressure, speed, and stroke order when you sign. Behavioral biometrics bring a major advantage: continuous authentication. Unlike fingerprints that verify you once, behavioral systems keep verifying you as you type, scroll, or move. They're also non-intrusive. No scanners or cameras needed, just your normal device usage. And because your behavior naturally evolves, the system can learn and adapt over time, improving both security and user experience. Behavioral biometrics are now used in banking, detecting fraud by analyzing typing or mouse movement. Smartphones, monitoring touch patterns for background identity checks. Workplace security, gate or voice-based access systems. Cyber defense, detecting suspicious logins through unusual behavior. However, there are limitations. Behavioral data can be affected by fatigue, stress, or injuries. A person's typing or walking style can change temporarily, leading to false rejections. There are also privacy concerns since behavioral data is constantly collected in the background. And unlike fingerprints, behavior can be subtly imitated by attackers if they learn your patterns. That's why behavioral biometrics are often combined with physiological systems to achieve higher accuracy. Together, physiological and behavioral biometrics form the backbone of modern identity verification. Every biometric technology you encounter, from unlocking your phone to passing airport gates, falls into one of these two families, or sometimes even combines both. For example, a smartphone might use face recognition, physiological, and voice command patterns, behavioral, for stronger security. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. Biometric systems identify people using unique human traits. They are divided into physiological, based on the body, and behavioral, based on actions. Physiological traits are more stable and accurate, while behavioral traits are more adaptive and less invasive. Both play crucial roles in creating secure and user-friendly authentication systems. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into physiological biometrics, exploring how fingerprints, faces, eyes, and even DNA help verify identity, their accuracy, and the privacy challenges behind them. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss what comes next. Let's continue unlocking the science of identity, one biometric at a time.